Look to see if it's yellow around the bottom. That twisted off pretty easily.
I didn't know that.
Oh.
I didn't even know you could twist them off.
Oh, yeah.
So
But
I thought I might give you a little lesson in food combining. Who knows what food combining is?
I've heard of it. I don't really know.
I got a major question on fruit, eating fruit
Okay,
with your meal. I'm gonna inject in here somewhere.
right now it's fine.
All right. When you eat fruit, I was trained, that Harvey and Marilyn Diamond wrote a book years ago,
okay.
Yeah.
Food for, fit for life.
Fit
Yeah.
for Life. You're not supposed to mix fruit with any kind of food. You gotta eat fruit on an empty stomach and let it process through, then eat your foods. Tony Robbins still sticks by that, and a lot of people do. If it's really true, I don't know.
It is true.
I do practice that, but
So, and there are different kinds of fruit too. Banana should be
Yes.
treated like a potato, a baked potato. It's a starch and it's very dense. It's got a lot of sugar, same as the baked potato. So if you're going to have the diamonds, as they,
yeah, is that,
yeah, I've met them several times. They're both very sick now because they stopped.
Then
one of their
what they-
mistakes, and I think they come back and corrected it, they wrote another book. They said you could eat all the fruit you wanted. The first time I met George Malcolmus was down in South Georgia, and I was on a construction job down there, and that come up. Me and him had a little lively discussion on that. He said, you can do it if you want to,
You
but I
pay
know a
for
lot
it.
of people that's
Yeah,
got
you lose your
had
teeth,
sugar
your
problems.
hair.
And I agree with that. Tony Robbins did a 180-degree turnaround on that too, and a lot of other people did.
Yeah,
It's just too much sugar in it.
right.
You can't eat
And
all
you
of
need
it.
the mineral. Who knows what the highest source of vitamins is?
Oranges?
Fruits,
Cherry.
vegetables.
Fruits. What's the second highest source of vitamins?
Oh, she said lamb. I thought she was going to see.
Green leafy
These
vegetables?
vegetables.
Vegetables.
Yeah, fruits and vegetables.
And you need the two, but you don't want to mix, you only want to mix certain ones.
Well, I've
And-
always been taught though, when you eat a carb, you're supposed to eat a protein. That helps keep your glucose stable. That whether it's a nut or if you eat meat or what, but that way if you got a carb and bananas and all that, fruits, a carb, then you're supposed to eat a protein with that, and that helps stabilize your glucose.
No.
I studied diabetes to keep from getting it, and I don't have it because it's all around on both sides of my family, and that's the way I've been taught. You're talking about a combination of groups
What's the
of
best
food.
way to eat your foods to prevent indigestion and to provide better absorption? The thing is, you've often been told you are what you eat.
Mm-hmm.
You aren't what you eat.
And
You
what you
are what your
assimilate.
body will absorb
Assimilate.
and assimilate. Yeah.
Right.
So, regarding food combining, it's ideal for anybody, but especially imperative for people who have any kind of disease or indigestion or whatever. So the ideal way is fruits, then vegetables, then whatever else you're inclined to eat. And nuts are very hard to digest. Ideally, you eat them with green leafy vegetables. The leafy greens are good with almost anything except one thing. Anybody have any idea what that one thing might be? You can use your green leafy vegetables with any kind of fruit or any other kind of vegetable, starchy or protein or whatever. But the only thing you should eat alone are melons.
Melons. Melons.
Because everything else takes a long time to digest. So melons digest almost immediately. Within 15 minutes they're digested. So cantaloupe, watermelon, honeydew. You always eat them. And the slogan is melons alone or not at all. And so what's the next best thing you can eat? And all of these
It's
ideally,
a vitamin K,
yeah.
which is a clotting
Take them
factor.
away.
So I
Can't have
can't,
it.
I love salad. I love green leafy vegetables. But I've got to be careful that I don't, I mean, as long as you're consistent every day or every week, then you can adjust the cumin dose to compensate for that. But, you know, it's just something I have to,
I'm going to recommend a place for you to go if you can manage it,
where's that?
where I think they will straighten all that out and get you off your medication. Anyway, we can talk about that later. So you're having your green leafy vegetables with any other kind of fruit except the melons. So ideally, that's all you eat before noon. And you can eat as much as you want. You never have to worry about counting calories again. And then if, for lunch, ideally, you have a huge salad. And a lot of people are worried about you, especially non-vegetarians. Where do you get your protein? If you are able to maintain your weight, even eating just raw fruits and vegetables, you're getting enough protein. In fact, there's more high-quality protein in a banana than there is in a steak. It's not that there's not more protein in a steak, but your body can't assimilate it. It'll take you 48 hours for your body to work at digesting that steak. A banana takes 3 hours.
I didn't know bananas had protein in them.
They do. Every fruit and vegetable has protein.
I knew some of them did, but I didn't know bananas.
Even watermelon has iron and a little bit of protein. It's not the major source, but Americans and Westerners in particular have too much protein. That's what causes heart disease, arthritis, almost every.
Yeah.
Interesting, one of my grandsons this past weekend, we had a party at the house, and he come up from Birmingham. He works at UAB, and he's in school. He was going to be a nurse. He started out being a doctor, and he's going to be a nurse, and he's some kind of a technician now, but he went back to school doing something. And whoever it was, they put him through, part of some of his homework was he had to make a menu to feed people 24/7. And he had to research, and it had to all balance and work. Now he's a weightlifter. He's been into county health and stuff for a long time, and he freaked out when he learned this. And I don't know if most of you don't eat meat anyway, but your body can only process and assimilate and use 3 to 4 ounces of meat in 24 hours. Well, he discovered that, so he's learning that in school. It just freaked him out when he did that.
Yeah, most people eat meat every meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people. One of my sons, I've seen him we go out to eat, he'll order a 12, 16 ounce T-bone steak.
Yeah,
And I think, hey, and he's a combat surgeon. Puts people to sleep now. But, yeah, but he's supposed to know all this stuff, and I've told him, I've seen him eat that big old huge steak knowing. I've mentioned it to him a couple of times. He just keeps doing it.
Well, you're just his father.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Yeah, what do I know?
And the thing is, what do you think?
76 years old,
Who
what
do you
I know?
think? He went to medical school.
just a,
Who do you
just a-
think funds medical schools?
The beef industry.
Pharmaceutical companies. If you get well, they're going to lose their jobs.
Right.
That's right.
That's right.
You know, it used
Just
to
a-
be in China, if you went to a doctor and you didn't get well, you didn't have to pay him.
They go broke.
That's the way it should be.
Yes, they
That's
wouldn't
not
cook.
that way now.
But do any of you have any questions so far?
He was going to ask some.
no, I wasn't going to ask. He made me think of just kind of an anecdote. On Interstate 10, east of El Paso, Texas, about 40 miles in the desert, there's a restaurant. And they'll serve you like a 40-ounce steak or something like that. And if you eat the whole thing,
Half a cow.
Free.
You don't have to pay for it.
you don't have to pay for it.
There used
I
to
saw
be
that
a
on
place
TV.
like that in Decatur.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's something that
I don't know
bothers
that
me.
that's the way to
That's
assimilate.
right.
Yeah, but it's big, yeah, I've heard
If
it.
you-
If you die eating, you don't.
You still don't have to pay.
Well, you know, now they have McDonald's
That's right.
in hospitals. They really should put it right next to the
Yeah.
The mall.
operating room. Because
To
you
the
can just
mall.
come out and wheel them in.
Yeah.
You had a question?
I had someone in the nursing home recently, and I'm still stressed out over it. They don't get anything to feed their bodies
Except
and
mushrooms.
make them better. Not one
They
thing.
serve them white bread.
Oh,
They serve
they
them
just
white
serve
bread.
them mush and it's
Yes, and hot
oversalted
dogs
in oil.
Yeah,
A lot of junk.
and junk.
I have a wonderful friend, some of you might know her, Frances Philpott. Her husband was president of Athens State College. His brother was president of Auburn. Her first husband died, and she married the president of another college, Montevallo. Anyway, she's 102 years old now. Can you imagine the genes she must have? Because she's been in that nursing home for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, I have to endure that.
And all they feed her is mush.
It's awful. My
And
heart's just still breaking.
I tried
over
to
this.
help her back before she got in the nursing home. And I'd go over to her house. She owns a property that Walmart's is on in here in Decatur. In that big
Okay,
white
at the
house.
big
Oh,
white house.
yeah,
that's
Okay,
beautiful.
okay, the big white house.
But she nursed her first husband till he died. And her second husband, they went into this nursing home, Riverside or something near me.
River City.
And she's been in there ever since. And now she's on hospice. But
Oh, she
can
got
you
a death squad
imagine
there.
the
She won't
genes
last
she
long.
has? If she's been able to tolerate that, she could live to 150 if she was a
No,
young.
hospice there, they'll shut them organs down and she'll die.
Sure
They ain't
enough.
nothing but a legal death squad.
That's it.
I
That's
tell you,
what
I
they
don't
do.
have no use for
When they
them.
call them in.
I told my kids,
Oh.
I said, if you stick me in a nursing home or call hospice on me, now if I ask for them, that's different. I said, but I'm gonna come back and haunt you.
Yeah.
My mother used to work for hospice, and if her patients lived over, I don't know how much time, but if they lived over, I think it was 6 months, she had to write down in her notes why they were still alive.
They know
Oh, I get it.
exactly
Yeah.
almost to the hour
When they
that
gonna
you
die,
have to
yes.
shut them
Account for
organs
why they were
down.
still alive.
And everybody puts them up on pedestals and acts like they're just so great. I'm sorry, I can't go there.
Yeah.
I don't have
They knocked
no
to
use
death,
for
that
it.
other guy that, I'm sick.
Before again.
Could I ask everyone a question
Sure.
and get my precious son has cancer, and they just took out a lot of his colon, and he's trying to decide what to do. He wants to go natural, and there's a natural hospital in Opelika close. He lives near Auburn. Do y'all have any suggestions? It's in his lymph nodes. So,
Davey would talk to him. I don't know that much about it.
Dr.
What's his
Robertson
last-
used
they
to
want him to
say,
take chemotherapy.
no,
I know, but he knows too. But
it destroys the
doctor's really
immune
pushing
system.
him.
I know, they're doing it for money. But see, doctors themselves do not take chemotherapy because they know it kills, it totally destroys the
it kills
immune
everything
system.
you've got to fight
And the
with.
immune system is what you need. Dr. Robertson used to say, and a lot of people from all over the world came to him, he used to say, cancer is easier to cure than the common cold. All cancer is lacking one vitamin B, like in boy, 17.
Vitamin B,
There is a, you can,
the whole group, the B vitamin.
no,
B17.
vitamin B17,
17.
which is
B17.
Laetrile. It's Laetrile. It comes from apricot seeds,
Apricots.
and
Oh,
it comes
yeah,
from
I've heard
apple
she's gonna
seeds.
say.
But there is a video online he can watch. It's excellent. And this guy shows that, hey, if you get enough vitamin B17, and cancer can't live in it. It cannot. Matter of fact, the lady who introduced my husband and I, she had, before I met her, she had cancer, and they gave her 6 months to live. And this was back in the 70s. And they told her, well, she went to the health food store, and the guy told her, well, you need to go to Mexico. They sold their house. She went to Mexico. And she was totally, her homeostasis returned. She lived to be, I mean, she was like in her 50s then. She lived way up into her 80s.
Whoa.
You know, the cancer went away, the whole 9 yards.
Where do you get that
The vitamin B17,
B17?
okay, you can get Laetrile from, the apricot seeds, you can order them online, but you've got to take just a little bit. You can't take a whole lot of them at once, because they're very, and they're
Got to
very,
what?
very
Can't
potent,
take a whole bottle and
a whole lot of
A
them.
whole lot of it at one time.
you just have to ease into it.